lovelies, it's Miss Lady Lace here, and today I have for you a fabulous getting ready with me video, but I'm gonna do this slightly different to how I usually film them. So if I do a getting ready with me video, I quite often just film me getting ready and fast forward through it really quickly, but I have been really adoring watching other YouTubers while I get ready myself, and I love that they chat while they get ready, so I thought I would try that today for all of you and demonstrate today's fabulous look. Now in hindsight, this video was a little bit harder to film than first expected. It's very difficult to multitask in doing your hair and makeup and also chatting with you lovely people, but I hope it works out. I do hope you enjoy it, so let's get started. Before today's video, I've simply had a shower, I've cleansed, toned and moisturized my face, and I've just put a layer of liquid foundation on, followed by my powder, and I'm going to move on to my eyebrows. I'm just using my little Essence pencil, which I've spoken about in a few videos now. This is a super cheap pencil you can get at Target, and it's a beautiful vegan makeup range, so I would definitely recommend it. As you can see, my little pencil here is very close to running out, so I'm definitely due a makeup shop soon. I have my new beautiful vanity set as well. I bought this a couple weekends ago from the Vintage Collectors Fair. It's a beautiful vintage set. It's metal. I really like the ones with the beautiful fabric backings, but I find they peel off and get damaged quite easily, so I wanted something just a little bit more durable. I was meant to get up a lot earlier this morning, but unfortunately that didn't happen. I was meant to go to the gym, but I had the absolute worst night's sleep. My poor partner was a little bit unwell and our dogs were really restless, so I ended up sleeping in, which was a really good idea. I do feel a little bit better, but I'm just so exhausted and I have so much to do today, so glad I got those extra hours, otherwise I would be dying right now. For the rest of the day I have a few videos to film, which is really exciting. I'm trying to get ahead of schedule, so I'm definitely releasing quite regularly on the same days. So on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays, expect a fabulous video coming from me. I'm also headed to Brisbane next month with the Australian Burlesque Festival, so I've got to record a few videos in advance so I'm able to post when I'm away. Later on today I have an interview for an exciting project. I won't mention too much about it yet, but I'm definitely looking forward for some coffee and catching up with a lovely lady. I've got to do some admin, some rehearsals, I've got to do general housework, all the fun stuff, you know. As I'm filling in my eyebrows, I'm just thinking about cosmetic tattooing. Does anyone have their eyebrows tattooed on? It's something I do often think about, but I actually had a friend who had hers done and she did a lot of research, but she still ended up having a botched job, unfortunately, and she ended up having to have tattoo removal and then getting them re-tattooed, so it was quite a big process, so I'm a little bit scared to get it done, but it would probably make my morning a lot easier because my eyebrows are super sparse and I do like the fuller brow, but my fashion in brows has even changed in the last few years, so that's another concern. Let me know your thoughts about tattoo eyebrows and cosmetic tattooing in general in the comments below. I'm done with my pencil now. I'm going to take my Essence eyebrow kit with my angled brush, and I'm then going to just go over the top of the darker section and blend down to create that graduated brow look. When I do my makeup, I like to do one step on one side and then repeat that to the other, so I'm keeping it as symmetrical as I possibly can. With my eyebrows as well, with both the pencil and the brush, I use quite a stroking motion. So I'm sort of trying to replicate the hair that is on the eyebrow with just strokes rather than filling it in completely. At the moment, YouTube has definitely become quite a big part of my life, and I'm absolutely adoring that. There are so many incredible channels that I've discovered lately. I think one of my favorites at the moment would be Angela Clayton. She does a lot of historical sewing videos, and I don't want to pronounce her name wrong, but there's a beautiful lady from, I think, Poland. Her name's Eyeliner, and I won't even attempt the last name, but I'll put a link below for her video. She does a lot of talks on historical fashion as well, but also vintage fashion, and she's utterly fabulous, so I'd recommend checking her out. If you're a big YouTube user like me, let me know some of your favorite channels. Who do you like to follow? Is there anyone that I might not be aware of and I'd love to follow too? I'm just loving the sense of community that's on here. In doing this video, I'm already realizing it's really hard to multitask in the sense of doing your makeup and talking. Usually when I do my makeup, it's a focused task. I sit down, usually watching one of my favorite TV shows. At the moment, I'm watching The Office. What are you binge watching at the moment? So actually talking while doing this is proving to be a much bigger task than first anticipated. So for all the lovely ladies like the Pinup Companion, another one of my favorite YouTubers, who are able to do these great getting ready with me videos flawlessly, good work. Like, this is tough work. This is already taking twice as long as I usually do my makeup, so I really enjoy your videos and good on you for being able to put them together. Does anyone else feel like once they have their eyebrows on, they could pretty much face the world? As someone with not too many eyebrows, and I haven't had too many eyebrow appointments where I've had the henna applied, as soon as I put them on, I'm just like, oh, I'm awake now and I'm ready to face the day. I'm next using my Day to Night palette by Designer Brands, and I'll start by using the lighter cream tone here, which you can see I use quite regularly, and I'll use that to highlight my eye. I won't talk through this process too much, as I think I recently posted up a video sharing how I do my basic eye makeup, but essentially I think I used a different palette for that, but it's the same principle, going from light to dark colors. For the next month, I've got quite a few really exciting projects on. So as I mentioned before, I am going to Brisbane next month with the Australian Burlesque Festival. I'll be performing in the Tropical Tea Show that they're hosting in central Brisbane. And if you can make it, I would definitely recommend getting tickets, because I heard rumours were really close to selling out. I also have one of my biggest productions that I put together on next week. So not this weekend, but the weekend after, I have the Pinup Prom, which is this really big vintage ball that I organised. I founded this event in 2016, and sort of the idea behind it was I had so many beautiful ball gowns and not many occasions to wear them. So I put this together and thought it would be a great way to connect our community even better. And as I mentioned, this is our 3rd annual event, and it's going to be so utterly fabulous. But I am obviously a little bit stressed with that being so soon. There is a lot of work to do behind the production of things, especially towards the end of production time. There's just a lot of things to do in the last couple weeks. So I think today I'll do a bit more of a pinky toned eye. I think one of the biggest things with makeup application is blending. So the main thing with blending is just going over that section until it blends out. A lot of people find blending really difficult, but it's almost like the brush out. Like, you just keep going over with the brush, either with the brush out or makeup application, and it will blend out. If it doesn't, it probably means you put too much makeup on that section to start with. Next up, I have my eyeliner, and I'm going to be using the Vamp stamp, which is a beautiful stamp that just stamps your eyeliner into place, and it's so easy to use. Until recently, I've been really loving the smallest of the cat eye size and just extending it out, but I have moved back again to loving the medium size stamp, so this is what I'll be using today. If you like a slightly less dramatic cat eye, I would definitely recommend the kitten size, as it's a lot more petite. I do have a few videos up on the application of the vamp stamp, so I will link them above as well as below, and you can check them out if you'd like a more detailed demonstration. For some reason, I always start with the left side first. I don't know how I come up with this strange way of doing things, but it's a part of my routine. I put too much product on the end, but hopefully it'll be okay. From here, I just take my eyeliner and connect a little bit underneath, and then I'll take a pen and just extend and draw down across the eye. A tip for eyeliner is, if you don't want it to imprint on the top part of your eyelid, is to use a fan and just fan out on this area until it's dry. I have eyelash extensions, and I have these done by the fabulous Cherry Bomb Beauty Parlour. They take care of all my beauty and hair needs, and they specialise in vintage, which is just perfect. This would now be the step where you'd apply mascara, but as I have eyelash extensions, I'm just going to brush out the extensions just using a little mascara wand with no mascara on it. And then I'll go into my blush using my designer brands. Does anyone start filming a YouTube video and then think part the way through, I'm not sure if this is going well, I'm not sure if I will actually post this online, or maybe it'll just be a practice for me? But if I do let me know some feedback, any comments, questions or suggestions, as I do really love watching other YouTubers do these types of videos, so I would like to hopefully produce a better quality version of this in future. YouTube isn't something I thought I would really enjoy. When I first got YouTube, I really loved the idea, as I had a few YouTubers I followed, and I loved that way of producing content now. It really has a fast way of reaching people, and I think not many people do have time to sit down and read blogs, as that's what I used to predominantly do, was write blogs. And so it's given me an opportunity to share what I'm most passionate about. Next up, I'm going to pop my beauty mark on, and this is just using e.l.f. Cosmetics Jet Black. This is the same eyeliner I use to stamp on my eyes as well. You can hear little Noodle barking in the back. He might come in and visit us soon. I actually have a mole just here, and I'm just going to mark that in with this. I had moisturizer on my lips from before. I often, before bed and in the morning, I'll put a lip moisturizer on. This one is just a vitamin E cream, but I'm just going to wipe that off before popping on my lipstick. I'm then going to take my Lola Von Rose Red Roses lipstick. This is a beautiful red lipstick I reviewed recently. I have this in 5 beautiful colours, and I adore every one of them, and I'll apply that next just simply using the applicator that comes with this product. I have this really awful habit where I find a product I absolutely adore, like this lipstick, and I will overuse it and then regret how much that I've used it in a short amount of time, because my favorite color I think is running out. I've used it so much, but I'll have to order more soon. Also, just the top red lip looking here is super funny. I'll definitely fill this in before I keep talking more. My camera just stopped recording. I'm not sure at what point it conked out, if it stopped recording earlier than it turned off. So fingers crossed I was able to film most of it. If not, this video may not end up on the internet. Fingers crossed though, I haven't been able to check yet until I get onto my computer, so damn you technology! For my hair, I'm just going to do a brush out, just a really basic one. I'll just use a simple black brush. It's just from Kmart, it's nothing special, but I definitely think you don't need a really expensive brush for great brush out results. I think quite often people get stuck in this mentality of thinking they need to spend a lot of money on makeup and hair products, and they're not investing time to actually gain the skills, because quite often I feel I can achieve a very similar look to other people using things from Kmart and Target and spending next to nothing on them. Generally, I just start brushing really harshly on the hair with a good wet set. It's really not going to go anywhere no matter how much you pull and brush on it. As long as you don't get it wet, it's pretty much going to stay beautifully curled, but you definitely want to keep brushing, probably longer than you'd expect. I think I'm really lucky. I know some people have really sensitive scalps and they struggle with the brush out. Well, mine's super tough, very hardy. I really don't experience any pain when doing a brush out. So I think I'm very lucky in that way. I think the trick to having a pain-free brush out is ensuring your hair is not free when you set it. If you don't brush your hair properly and you roll it into a curler and then set it, the brush out will be painful because it's full of knots if you haven't brushed it. The next big trick is on the bottom of the hair, so towards the ends. I'm using the base of my palm and my thumb and fingers to sort of wrap the hair around this section and really create that nice curled finish on the ends of the hair. To get the most out of my wet set, generally I style my hair a little bit shorter and tighter on day 1, then a little bit looser on day 2, but it'll really depend what style I'm going for. Today I'm going to style a variation of the page boy, so I just want it rounded and curled under. I'll have this quite short and with a victory roll at the front. So once I feel like I've given this a good brush out and all the hair is definitely nicely combined, especially on the back section of your hair, I'll then repeat that same step of using the palm of my hand to shape the curls and using hairspray to help set this in place. I'll then take my trusty Kmart hairnet and I'll pop that on. My camera just turned itself off again. It really isn't loving me today. I'm not sure if it's because these are longer videos I'm filming, but let's try take 3. Hopefully it didn't cut out too early from when I was styling my hair. I'm next going to move on to my victory roll. In case you're wondering, the hairspray I'm using today is just Kohl's brand. This is just from my local Kohl's. It's I think like $1, maybe $2, super affordable, and it works really well. So I'm going to go on to my victory roll. I'll probably do more of a barrel curl today. So I'll just start by brushing out the hair. Sometimes I just have a little bit of a play to see how the hair might sit. So I'm thinking something like this could be cute. Even if I just pin this up, this would be super cute. But I'll put a little bit of teasing in there first. So I'm just going to take a section through the middle probably and just do a little bit of back combing. Make sure you look like a troll doll. That is definitely the look we're going for. And you're ready to leave the house. I'll then brush that forward, making sure I'm just smoothing the top layer of hair and not brushing all the way through. So now I'll apply my victory roll method. If you watched my classic victory roll tutorial, it's pretty much the same concept for any barrel curl or victory roll. They'll just be styled at a slightly different angle. So for this one, I have it sort of sitting straight out to the side. I'm going to pop my 2 fingers here, wrap the hair around this section, and then continue to roll it inwards until I have the position that I desire. Once I'm happy with that, I'll take a few bobby pins. Again, I want them to sort of capture just underneath that victory roll and push through against my scalp, so I'm hiding them as best as I can. Just gonna apply my hairspray again and then just use my fingers to lightly trace the top. It's almost like I'm just lightly caressing the hair, capturing any stray hairs in that area. So that's my hair and makeup complete now. I'll go and pick a fabulous outfit to wear today, and I'll be back in just a moment to share the final look. So to finish off today's fabulous look, I have put on a flower from Daisy Jean Floral, which is a beautiful hair flower company based in Australia, run by a beautiful lady on Instagram. I have on a reproduction stop staring dress and some beautiful earrings I received as a gift from a lovely friend of mine. I'm not sure if this video has been at all successful. I'm not sure if I'll even post it online. But if you have enjoyed it or you have any feedbacks or suggestions, let me know in the comments below. If you do love my vintage style, I post super regularly to Instagram and I love connecting with all of you, so do give me a follow. I'll pop a little link here as well as at the end of the video. As always, if you'd like to stay up to date with all my vintage fun, be sure to hit that subscribe button below and I will be seeing you all real soon.